everybody. This is Pat Walker, Mission Winners. Hope you're all having a good 3-day weekend, able to get away from it, do some other things. It's good to rest, relax, recharge, rejuvenate. One of the things I like to do is a quick overview of the ETFs. We have weekly on the left and daily on the right. This is cloud computing, and you can see it started to lift up. But notice here, when it lifted up, there was no real power on that bar. Volume is power. Volume is how we measure power. There wasn't much there, and then they take it right back down. Nothing to do with it. So what's it tell us? Be careful with cloud computing. The next one, this is the commodities. Maybe basing here a little bit, a lot of overhead supply, starting to show a little bit more strength, but not a lot of volume there, okay? So we'd like to see, what does that tell us? Be careful with the commodities. Continue onward. The diamonds are actually improving, the Dow diamonds. You can see this little base right here, and I'll draw this for you. It's nothing fancy. It's clean and simple. Everybody can see it. You could draw it with a crayon. Probably best not to do on the monitor, but you can say definitely not good to do on the monitor. You can see the base. It says the Dow's picking up a little bit. It's improving. It's improving. That's good. But note this, please. This is only 30 stocks. It's not really representative, and it's price weighted. It's not really representative of the whole market. All right. Electronic autonomous vehicles and electric vehicles kind of lagging here. What does that say? Be careful with electric vehicles. That's powerful to know. Dow Jones Internet started to lift off, pulled back, starting to pick up again. Looks decent on the weekly. It's okay on the daily. It just says, oh, the Internet's starting to improve a bit. What do we do with that? Maybe look at some Internet stocks. That's power for us. Let's continue onwards. IBD 50, this market's lifted off, and this isn't really doing anything, is it? As you can see, there's not a lot of power there. So what does that say? Be careful. Be careful with the IBD 50. They're still lagging. Next one right here. First Trust Dorsey Trust. This is lagging also. Okay, in the tech area, still kind of lagging. Be careful with that. This one here, China, that's still lagging. Not a lot of power here on the daily or the weekly. Okay, that says be careful with Chinese stocks. Gold miners. Compare and contrast what I just showed you, and look at this. This has shown strength, and this was on the key list, and it's working. Some VIPs own it. Now, and by the way, see the volume on that bar going across these tops right here? And it follows through. I would not buy it up here, okay? It's extended in price. Always buy near the pivot. Don't chase price. It'll keep you safe, and that's important. Continue onwards, but it's acting okay. Gold is a little better, but not great. Look at the gold miners. You go, oh, there's some green there. Look at the gold. There's some red. What does that say? In 1 second, it says, I could consider some gold miners, or gold, but not necessarily gold itself. That's powerful to know. Biotechnology is improving a little bit. It's pushed through the 50-day. That's nice to see. I wish the volume was heavier, okay? Some power, but not a lot. Oil and gas, lagging. Not much to do with it. You know, as you can see here, there's not a lot of power here. Technology, a little bit of power there. Software technology. That says, oh, maybe we should look into the technology area. There you go. That's power for you. Medicine, picking up a little bit. Not a powerful area, but it is improving. Some medicine stocks. Mid-cap, lagging. I mean, really, I just showed you some sharp ETFs that are picking up. This one's not doing anything. All right? Aerospace and defense. It's not doing anything. Stay away from the aerospace defense stocks. Home construction's falling. Look at this. It's dropping. S&P 500 growth. This is picking up a little bit. I'm not saying buy it, but what does it tell us? Growth is picking up a little bit. That's good to know. IWM, small caps, there's no power there. Real estate, yeah, it's lagging here. There's not a lot of power there. Transportation, there's no power there. Airlines, they're grounded. And then you got to have, I guess we call that dad humor. You got to have fun. Regional banks, there's nothing good here. There hasn't been anything good here. All right? Stay away from the regional banks. And it's been telling you that for a while. It's not a surprise. Just get in line with it. Mid-cap, still lagging. Not a lot of power. Be careful with mid-cap. Oil services, lagging. Be careful with oil services. Pharmaceuticals, picking up some. Look at this. Now, what does this tell you? Well, maybe by PPH, but note, there's some gaps in here. Be real careful with those gaps. Also, decreasing volume. Not much power. And this is why we look at the weekly and the daily. See where this is rallying up to? These old highs here. And it's doing it not on a lot of volume power. Be careful chasing price. Buy right or don't buy. That will really help you. Software is improving a little bit. Technology, that's good to see. Maybe looking at some software. QLD's picking up. NASDAQ 100. Look at that. And look at the volume pickup, pushing through the 8-day. What does this say? Maybe I could buy QLD, or maybe looking at some of the NASDAQ 100 stocks. NASDAQ 100 non-leveraged, QQQ, same situation. Retail, that's some power, but not a lot. Be careful. Silver picked up. Look at that. Look at that volume pickup there. It's forming a little handle up here. Maybe you'll push through there. Silver, that's something to take into consideration. Steel, there's nothing there. Compare and contrast. You say, oh, look at this. This is lifting up. It's near the highs. That's pretty good. This is near the lows. There's nothing there. What does that tell you? Stay away from steel stocks. Done. Semiconductors, yeah, they're kind of squishy. I mean, the market lifted up. Several sectors lifted up strong yesterday on Friday. Look at this. This didn't even take out the move above the close of the previous day. There's just not much power in semiconductors. Be careful with it. Spiders picking up a little bit. The S&P 500, that's nice to see. SSO, same situation, picking up a little bit. Again, the S&P 500. So there's some strength in the rally. Solar stocks, TAN, what does this tell you? It says don't buy the solar stocks. That's it. We don't have to overthink it. It's not there. Move on. That will really help you. Here we go. Uranium, nothing. Oil, picking up here a little bit. Gapped up and it's going sideways. That's good to see. All right. A little shelf here. Maybe look into oil. Okay. Oil stocks. Consumer discretionary. There's nothing there. Look, there's nothing. Leave it alone. Consumer discretionary stocks. Stay away from them. Aerospace defense. Stay away. Right there. It's telling you, stay away. Move on. Biotechnology. It's basing down here, but golly, there's a ton of overhead supply here. I'd be careful with biotechnology, all right? Home builders, dropping, stay away. Materials, how do you build things? How do you build homes with materials? Dropping also, no power, leave it alone. Communications picking up a little bit. Technology related. Gosh, what index were we talking about that's stronger? Oh yeah, the NASDAQ 100 is beating the S&P 500. That's connecting the dots. Growth, we like that. Energy, just basing here, needs to show some power, not a lot. Financials lagging, leave them alone. Industrials lagging. Look at this. This is telling you stay away from industrial stocks. That's power for us. Back to technology. Here's another technology. I mean, look at this. Crummy. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Not too much there. That's okay, as I stated. That's all right. That's lagging. Stay away from financials. Leave it alone. Industrials. Look at this. In 1 second, it says, I think I'll stay away from industrial stocks. That's huge. That's good to know. Nothing to do with it. Leave it alone. Technology's hanging in there. I mean, look at this. Dropping hard. Industrials. Technology. Oh, closed up. Walking up the ADMA. Maybe looking at some technology stocks. And we have. It was telling you to. The chart was telling you. It's trending up. That's good. Consumer staples hanging in there. Looking at some consumer staple stocks. That's good to see. Healthcare. Look at healthcare picking up. What is this saying? Looking at some healthcare stocks. And there's something you can do. You can punch up XLV for the top 10 holdings and see where they are. You may find some leadership in there to buy. There we go. That's why we do this. Consumer discretionary, really there's no power there. Metals and mining, lagging. Stay away from metals and mining. Energy, there's not much power. Be careful with energy. Retail, look at this. What is this telling you? I just showed you a bunch of ETFs that are going, this thing closed down. Stay away from retail stocks. Done. That's simple. Software, it's all right. It's okay. Not really great. So be a little careful with software. The MAXLIST stocks, it's my favorite go-to list. Apple's slowly grinding up. It's trending up the 8 EMA. There was a little lift right here on this bar, okay? Then it pulls back and it's starting to lift and bounce off the 8 EMA. Now, this could be a bounce setup. Bounce off the rising 8 EMA. That's more aggressive than a base breakout. Just be aware of that, okay? And it didn't take out the highs from a couple days ago, did it? Remember that statement. Here we go. Amazon didn't take out the highs from a couple days ago. But this is a nice base here, folks, that it's forming. If this can start to push through this line and or these tops here, that could be a good buy. You want to see something else interesting? I'll do this for you. And this is for everybody. There it is. Clean and simple flat base. It's forming a handle here, folks. Push through these tops with really heavy volume. That could be a buy. There we go. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we always have a plan. The next one, Alibaba. You'll love this. I showed this to the VIPs a couple of times. Right here. Here you go. What do you see? Oh, it kind of looks like a cup and a handle to me, Pat. I agree. It's not fancy. Pushing through here. This is the daily. Look at the weekly. Look at that volume spike on the weekly. They bought it. That's weekly. I love to look at the weeklies and the dailies side by side. Forming a handle here, starting to pick up on a slight pickup in volume. It's something to take into consideration. All right, just telling you. BIDU. Now, let's do a compare and contrast. You could say, well, yeah, it's forming a cup and a handle. BIDU is not doing anything. In literally 1 second, it tells you go to the next chart. Don't overthink it. It's not there. It's not there. Leave it alone. And again, BABA took out the highs from the previous day. BIDU did not. It's just an inside bar. There's no power. Move on. Google. We talked about this quite a bit the last several days about this cup and a handle that was forming here. And you can see it right there. Simple cup and a handle. Please know this too. And I was an IBD coder for 12 years. Don't think a cup and a handle has to be a flat line going straight across horizontally. It can have a slight downward sloping line to it. That's fine. Runs up, pulls back. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. They voted pushing through that line. This was on the key list for buy, and VIPs bought it. There it is. It's vanilla. Here's the weekly cup with a handle. There we go. Love it. Goldman Sachs, compare and contrast. You go, oh, that kind of broke out. Goldman Sachs, nothing. Move on. There's nothing to do with it. Leave it alone. Go to the next one. MasterCard, no real power here yet. Leave it alone. Meta, picking up. See the clean and simple base right here and here? We bought this, and it's been trending very nicely, and more here, and it's working. It's vanilla. Look at the base. Everybody could see it. Nothing to do with it right now. We're in great shape. Let me go back here. It's picking up. I will say this. We own this, and we do. We might buy a little bit more taking out Friday's highs. Note this, the volume pickup. Note this, bouncing off the rising ADMA. These are all the things we do in Mission Winners. And you know what's great? It's conceptually correct, and it's not fancy. It's easy, and I like that. Microsoft's been trending nicely. Look at that. Some VIPs own this. Look at the trend up the ADMA. Look at the volume pickup here. It's picking up. Possibly taking out these highs, potential add-on. Not a new buy, an add-on. And we always buy less than what we own. Netflix. This, you can see right here, and I'll draw this for you. There it is. Just kind of a cup with a handle here, isn't it? Had some accumulation here, pulled back on less volume. This bar here closed near the highs. Maybe it will lift off. I'm not saying it will, but maybe. There we go. Simple base. Let's move on. NVDA. I'd like to show you this. This has been on the max list for more than several years. Look at that move. See the higher low setup? This was bought here and here. And I say this, good entry and trends pay. Trends up the ADMA, trends up the 21 EMA. Entry down in here. I'll say you bought it for 156, okay? 156. Is that fair enough? 157. And then you added to it. So I'll say your average cost is, we'll say 158. Okay? There's your average cost. 158. That sucker's 270. 270. Good trends. Max list stock. Good entry and trends pay. Let them work. Sell some into strength to guarantee profits, which also relieves psychological tension and stress, and let it work. And that's what we've done. By the way, is there anything to do with it now? Not really. No, we just let it work. Tesla. Here's a good example of one that didn't work. You see that breakout through that line? Clean and simple tops. We bought this pushing through the line. We didn't buy it up here. We bought it pushing through the line. Okay? Ran up, and then it gapped and fell the next day. And what did we do? We sold it. We sold it. Not down here, not down here, falling back below the line. This is why we love clean and simple basis. By the way, daily charts. Runs up, closes strong. I mean, look at this. You can see why we bought it. Yeah, that's a clean and simple base right there. Boom! Look at the volume pickup, and we bought it. Not up here, pushing through the line, and then it gaps down and drops the next day. And we had to sell it. That's it. We never argue with price. Am I disappointed it did that? Yeah, but it's part of investing. The important thing is we always have rules to buy and rules to sell. Visa. It's maybe forming a cup with a handle here, but it's a little choppy. Okay, not the best thing going.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.